Hello everyone, this is Tim Wise with EMF.CARE. A pleasure to be with you today to talk about EMF energies, and that's what we do at EMF.CARE, is try to educate people about what we're looking for and how you can help yourself in your home environment. The four types of EMF frequencies that we're looking for is based on the building biologist's standards and guidelines for a healthy sleeping environment. Now they have set up standards and guidelines that you can find on the internet, and then with meters, and that's the only way you can measure any of these EMFs is with an electronic meter. You cannot feel them typically unless they're very powerful, and so you never know that if you're on a field or not. Your body does though, your biology does. So the four types of energies that we're looking for are electromagnetic, radio frequency, and dirty electricity. So electric fields, magnetic fields, radio frequency fields, and dirty electricity all have a specific meter to measure the energy and the amount of energy that is put out by these different fields. So the first one we'll talk about is electric fields. Now this is the one that is very rarely talked about. Dr. Martin Paul has really done a lot of research of the research and has discovered that these low frequency EMFs are really actually one of the culprits for our biological problems that we have in our environment. And everyone is exposed to electricity on a daily basis. So it's a pretty big factor, and sometimes we don't even think about it because we don't feel it. So these electric fields are emitted from any wall wiring that's not shielded. And that means that if you have plastic shielded wiring, plastic shielded, not metal shielded, but plastic shielded wiring, what is called Romex. If you have any Romex in your home, then there's energy at the breaker on, then you have these electric fields that emit 6 to 8 feet from the wiring, even if it's in the wall or if it's in the ceiling or the floor. This energy comes into the room and it's present all the time. So a voltmeter is what we use, a voltage meter. There's different types of voltmeters you can use. There's some very simple ones you can buy in an electronics store to actually see if there's a field present, and then but there are very accurate meters to tell you how much is present. So that's electric fields. That's through most of your home wiring in your house or office or whatever. Most offices though use conduit, metal shielded conduit, so you're not exposed to the fields, and they're greatly reduced. The next type of fields that we're measuring is with a Gauss meter. It's called magnetic fields. These are the ones that are also very low in frequency. They're there, but they're very, very harmful biologically. And another kind of unsung, talked about EMF. Now, when you measure these magnetic fields, you need a Gauss meter, and they're saying that a very small amount, and these are through studies that can affect our biology and our cells. So magnetic fields are present when there's energy moving through a wire. So let's say you have nothing plugged, nothing's in your house, and you got your breakers on, and you plug in a lamp. Well, there's no magnetic fields present until you turn the lamp on. Now there's energy moving, and it creates a magnetic field. You turn the lamp off, there's only electric fields. So when energy is moving, so that's in your generators and your refrigerators and so on, and etc., constantly going, then you'll have magnetic fields present as well. And it's almost impossible to shield magnetic fields, almost impossible. So the third type of electricity we're looking for is called radio frequency fields, and these are my personal, I think this is the biggest culprit in our environment of our modern day. It's all these wireless devices. Since 1996 and the proliferation of cell towers and cell phone usage, and no real biological test beyond a military-sized guy in 1996 for, I believe it was 6 minutes a day is the maximum. It was very low. And so all this testing has never been revamped or looked at, and all the science is showing that it's biologically harmful. Wi-Fi routers, baby monitors, Bluetooth headsets, smart watches of any type. All of these devices are emitting microwaves. The worst thing is a cell phone. This thing right here produces spiked radiation, just like a smart meter, and this spiked radiation is proven to be biologically harmful, worse than these low levels, but it's all bad. That's the problem. It's not really healthy for us to be in it. So at EMF.CARE, we try to make sure that your sleeping environment is the best place. So now we've talked about electric, magnetic, Radio frequencies, which is anything wireless, anything, if it works wirelessly, it's using a microwave technology, which is biologically harmful, end of story. Then the last and final type of electricity that we look for is called dirty electricity, which may be the first thing you might find on the internet when you're looking for EMFs. Dirty electricity is basically this. We have in your home, you have what is called 60 hertz, that's the frequency that the energy is moving, and if you have a measuring tool called an oscilloscope, you can see this nice clean line you might have seen a scientist use, and when the frequency goes through, it's nice and clean. Dirty electricity is when we have electronics, which we're all exposed to. We've got tons of electronics in our house, and you know those little things, little bricks on the end of a cord, and you got to plug that brick into the wall, and then the other end goes into your appliance, or there's a brick in it in line between the two wires. Those are called transformers, switch mode power supplies, and they're switching on and off at millions of times a second, which is creating like a fuzz on that nice clean line. So Mr. Stetzer realized that there's a way to measure this, and with Mr. Graham, and they figured this out. And then they created a filter that you plug into your wall that actually pulls that dirty electricity into the capacitor. It's pretty amazing. So 4 types of electricity are electric, magnetic, radio frequency, and dirty electricity. Those are the 4 types. Safety is a concern. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Turn off your breakers in your bedroom. That's what we recommend. We do have, I suggest that you do your own research. Have a building biologist in your local area come to you. You can certainly reach out to us, Tim, at EMF.CARE. I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Hebler. I wish you the best of luck. We're doing good work here with EMFs, and it's a pleasure to have me. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me, really, so much. Bye-bye now.